Welcome to Beyond the Headlines. I'm Cheryl Jennings. Every week we focus on a different topic affecting people who live and work in the Bay Area. Today we're going to talk about our young people who are just now entering the workforce. Teenagers are often confronted with a variety of challenges as they transition from adolescence to adulthood. And it becomes even more difficult when these youth are forced to fend for themselves or even support their families. Well, in today's show we're going to look at some effective programs that are making a difference and helping develop our young people into successful working adults. Our first story looks at homeless teens, as many as 2 million in this country. And if that isn't shocking enough for you, listen to this. There are an estimated 600 homeless teens in wealthy Marin County. But there's an organization that helps Marin's young people get off the streets.
I slept in parks, bus stops, friends' house, subways while I was in New York.
Yeah, I was homeless for 4 years, and you know, it was sad.
Kind of like a wet, damp, old sleeping bag, you know, but it was mine. It was the only thing I had, per se. You know, I'd usually try to get under a tree or something with shelter.
Then I just went to another friend's house and another friend's house, and then slept in cars sometimes with my friends. Like we drive around all night and they would let me sleep in the car with them. That'd be really nice.
It's hard to believe these 4 bright young people were all formerly homeless in one of the wealthiest places in the San Francisco Bay Area, Marin County. Now, many young lives are being turned around because they found help through the Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity Project.
It's a safety net for young people ages 18 to 25 who are without a caring adult or resources when they turn 18.
So what do you have right now as far as insurance? None.
The Ambassadors for Hope and Opportunity Project, or AHO for short, was founded by Marin County social worker Zara Babitsky. She was homeless at one point in her life. She meets with young people wherever it's convenient for them and helps link them with nearly 24 services in the county, including food, clothes, jobs, and health insurance.
We can help these young people with a life coach, help them with stable housing, and a myriad of essential resources that are provided by our community partners like the Marin Education Fund.
19-year-old Vincent Chu worked at Marin Education Fund for more than a year as an intern. He's gone from a homeless, drug-dealing gang member to a super achiever with political ambitions and a desire to work in the medical world.
A lot of kids nowadays just want to be drug dealers, want to be gang members.
Was that you?
That was me. That was the old me.
Everyone in the office has come to me separately and said how pleased they are and how quick Vince just learns the details.
This motivated college student has testified before the state legislature. It's part of the project's agenda.
We match them with community and political leaders where they can share their stories and advocate for themselves and for other young people in a similar situation.
The problem nationwide may shock you. The U.S. Census reported in 2000 that 40% of the homeless population was between the ages of 14 to 25, and it hasn't changed much since.
We're always coming up with psychosocial reasons why kids are homeless.
Journalist Nell Bernstein co-authored a report on youth homelessness for California. It found that nearly 30% of young people became homeless because they were kicked out, thrown out, or pushed out by their parents. Others left because of family conflicts, substance abuse on the part of the kids or the parents, foster care problems, sexual orientation, no job, or physical or sexual abuse in the home. Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity also teaches these young people how to advocate for themselves by staging community events like this where they can raise money and awareness.
I was having such a hard time in my life, and now AHO helped me out, and so like things started doing so much better.
Jimmy and his girlfriend take turns with Vince and other AHO members telling community groups about teen homelessness and how their lives have changed. Now, Jimmy and Amy have a baby, their own apartment, and jobs.
My life right now is great.
AHO is like a home, like finally a home that I can call my own.
I have to be a good person. I have to be a role model. I have to provide to the community instead of destroying the community.
Can you do it?
Yes, I can do it.
Are you doing it?
Yes, I'm doing it.
And he really is. Joining me in the studio right now is Zara Babitsky, the founder of Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity Project. And Zara, you know, as we were watching this piece again, you were shaking your head going, you know, kids are just treated like throwaways here, and or they're just problems.
Exactly.
Exactly, and that's why Ambassadors was founded. I was seeing a growing trend of parents abandoning their children. Front page of the Chronicle had a feature story on this just recently, and we've been spearheading education and awareness that there are many young people who are very committed to their personal goals and a future for themselves as contributing adults, but they can't do that without a safety net, a hand up, and a caring adult ally advocate.
So how do your kids go out? You use your kids as allies. You don't use them; they use themselves, right? They
Exactly.
go out and they find these young people.
Yeah, in the community, at bus stops. In abandoned parks, abandoned buildings. There's kind of a network that exists out there, and young people who have been through it know where those other young people are. And so they're out there sharing their personal stories, which builds trust and allows youth who are typically distrustful of adults.
Of course.
And
now this takes a lot of money, not a lot in the context of what would happen if they got arrested and put in the system. So what does a donation do and how much do you need?
It costs us $5,000 per youth per year to provide supportive housing for them, educational scholarships, financial literacy training, one-on-one match with a life coach that is their advocate, ally, champion, who helps them navigate the barriers to resources and connect with our 22 community partners that provide things like a wardrobe, 2-week wardrobe, underwear and shoes, health care.
And that compares to a prison cost that would be more, well, about triple that. But Zara,
exactly.
We're going to put all the information about your organization on our website. Thank you very much for being here today.
Great.
I appreciate it. And we want to show you how to reach Ambassadors of Hope and Opportunity, because anyone in any county can call for resources. Go to their website, ahoproject.org. Now, when we come back, we're going to hear about the youth workforce training programs for teens as young as 14. Stay with us. We'll be right back.